What's going on, golf addicts? Welcome to the Players Championship Betting Picks podcast. We are the Tour Junkies. I'm DB, Pat Perry, and we're in person. Normally, we're not.
Yes, good to be here on my couch.
Cheers. I'm drinking tequila, and it's starting to hit me because we've already done 2 shows today. This is our 3rd show.
Yeah, the beer is good, and welcome to my couch, DB. Welcome.
I thought you poured a glass of wine. Did I make that up?
No, that's right here. This is a beer.
This is where we were this time last year for the Players Championship. It got kind of crazy, got kind of out of hand. The whole Siwoo incident happened. I'm excited that we got a hot show for you tonight, including special guest Lisa Ann. That's right. She's a host on the Better Sports Network with us, SiriusXM radio show, podcaster, author. She's awesome.
She's fantastic.
We rolled out a brand new segment. It's at the end of the podcast. So we're going to do our thing. We're going to kick it over to the new segment called Junkies Court, where we debate 2 players that will go unnamed until the very end, and we're not going to mention them during this part of the podcast. And Judge Lisa Ann is going to be the judge of our arguments. We're going to counter argue. It's going to be a great segment. You're going to love it. Lisa Ann's fantastic. We know you're going to love it. Okay. So we're going to talk about our outrights. We're going to give you our 6-pack, top 20 6-pack, 2 locks and a bomb each. We're going to do that at the end. But we have the family sweat bet to announce. So here we go. Okay. The voting has been tallied. You have been making your voices heard in the Discord server on who the family sweat bet should be this week. Thank you to our friends at the Leaderboard Golf app, which me and Pat have been using across the board. We've used it for 3 times this week. We got to play 3 rounds of golf.
All over it, yeah.
Yeah, got to play 3 rounds of golf this week. We use the Leaderboard app every time. I tell you what, for the first time, we played a gambling game. We played the Nines game, and it was super.
That's a cool game.
Freaking easy. We literally put in our players, put in our handicaps, where we're playing nines, and then bing, bong, bong, bong. It had all the dots, and it said who's getting strokes.
And it's great because it's a game with only 3.
Yeah, it was a 3.
So that's the thing. You got games with 4. You got games with 3. Yeah. Whatever. Even numbers, odd numbers, whatever they are. There's a game on Leaderboard, and it makes it all easy for you. It's fantastic.
And then at the end, it tallied up everything. So I didn't have to figure it out. It just tallied up and said, DB, you owe everybody money. And you lost.
You owe me because I won.
I know. So it was a great game except for that part. But our Leaderboard app, you can download it. It's on iOS only. It links to the USGA's Gen app, so it automatically puts in your scores. You don't have to go back into the Gen app. You can keep track of your own personal stats. It's a great thing. And they are sponsoring the Family Sweat Bet. And they are going to give, for this week's bet, because it's big, some lucky winner is going to win $450 cold hard cash if this bet hits, because you guys voted on it. And it is. You guys are all degenerates. You know you're all degenerates.
Yeah.
I gave you 4 top 20 options.
Which probably would have been the better option.
Probably would have been more optimal.
Yeah.
What does this say about our Nut Hut Discord community? You picked the longest odds. You picked the longest odds number, and it's a freaking parlay, and it's on DK. The vote was on the Scotty Scheffler to finish top 5, and John Rahm to finish top 10, and Justin Thomas to finish top 20 parlay at 13-1 on DraftKings Sportsbook. That is the family sweat bet. If it hits and you have downloaded the Leaderboard app, you could be drawn as a winner. So all you have to do is have downloaded the app. Again, I'm sorry, it's iOS only. Android is coming. iOS only, if you've downloaded it and you've set up your account, you're in. You're entered. As long as you did it using TJ's link and the referral code TJ. Make sure you do that. The link is in the description of the video and the podcast. As long as you did that, you don't even have to place money on the bet, okay? Leaderboard's already doing it. So if it hits, you win possibly. Last week, it was Adam Schenk. It was
very close.
Top 20, and it was very close. He finished 31st. He was looking good after the first couple days, and then he shanked himself, which is kind of what happens.
What happens with Adam Schenk.
But that's the family sweat bet. Thank you to our friends at Leaderboard. Like we said, download it. The link is in the description. We're presented to you by our friends at Leaderboard. They are so much fun to use on the golf course, and I'm really enjoying looking at my stats. All right. We got a lot going on. Lisa Ann, we've got some other fun stuff to talk about. We've got a big announcement to make in terms of a TJ live listener event meetup in just about 5 or 6 weeks. So stay tuned for that. But let's start talking about at the top of the board, Pat, up to 25-1. Who do we like? Who do we like up top? I think I mean, my favorite bet, and I'm going to sound like a broken record, but dang it, if the guy every week doesn't feel like he can win, even last week, he didn't have his best stuff around the green, and he still finished T14, and he still led the field in strokes gained approach, which is going to be critical this week at Pete Dye Stadium course for the Players' Championship. I'm back to Max Homa, 20-1 on DraftKings Sportsbook. He's 20-1 pretty much everywhere. Why the heck not? Like, tell me why it shouldn't be Max Homa. You can't.
I have zero reason that I could sit here and tell you that Max Homa should not be bet. He just should be almost every single week. The guy's been playing fantastic, so I'm with you there. DB, I'm going with Justin Thomas up here, okay?
I like it.
Now, I've seen him at usually about 18-1. I think 19-1 may be the best number you can get him at over on FanDuel. But, listen, Justin Thomas, now, the PGA Tour is going to have you think that he's going for back-to-back championships because they're just cutting out the fact that Cam Smith won last year, okay? Now,
Men in Black memory eraser. Cam Smith did not win last year.
Did not win.
He didn't win.
JT's going for back-to-back.
Who's Cam Smith? Who? What?
No clue.
Cameron Smith? I've never heard of her.
He may show up at the tournament, though.
Never heard of her. Is he pickleball? Does he play pickleball? What did he win?
I think he would be a good pickleball player, by the way.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, I like Justin Thomas, though. 18-1, 19-1, whatever you can get him at. I think that's a good number. He does play this golf course well. And Justin Thomas seems like the guy that, he's not always like he's not always hanging around the lead like a John Rahm, but he'll come up and just win a major or something, win a big golf tournament like he did last year. Nothing. Boom, PGA Championship win.
Oh, I mean, he's a backdoor homie. I mean, they call him backdoor JT in high school.
But he wins on that,
which could have been weird.
He comes in the back door, not wins. It's not like, like a Rory will backdoor a major, and be like top 10, but he doesn't win it.
Yeah, when Rory backdoors a big tournament, he doesn't get all the way through the door. He kind of peeks in. He's like, "Oh shit, they're home," and then he shuts the door.
Yeah,
JT,
but he's gonna hang out right outside the door.
Yeah,
and listen in to see what happens on who else is gonna win. The other guy up here that I like, DB, is Xander Shaw. He is at 25.
Now wait a minute. We freaking talked about Xander.
I know, but I can bet him.
The whole damn DFS show, I'm trying to convince you why you should
Because I'm saving him for this show.
I've been lied to.
Yeah, that's what happens for content.
You brought me to your couch in the bonus room of Savannah to lie to me.
We can play devil's advocate. You did it with somebody else in the last show, right?
Jordan Spieth. Yeah.
Jordan Spieth. We can kind of play devil's advocate a little bit, like wonder a little bit on a guy. I wondered a little bit on Xander Schauffele in DFS.
Wondered or wandered?
Wandered. I think I did both.
I don't think you know which one you're talking about.
I think you can wander and wonder.
Yes, you can do both, but I'm asking you which one you're talking about.
I said I think I did both. I wandered around it, like aimlessly wandered around it, but then I wondered about them too, like,
As you were wandering, you were also wondering?
Yes.
I get that.
So, anyway, Xander Schauffele, though, 25-1, as I look at it in front of me, just seems like a really good number for Xander up here.
Okay. You don't look at that in dark mode?
No.
Why?
I like it. I like it the way it looks.
Oh, dear. Okay, I'm done. I don't have anybody else. I had Homa and I had JT. That's it. Okay, right. Next range, up to 75-1. This is where your bread gets buttered, okay? If you got bread and you're like, damn, I want some butter on my bread, and you're talking about betting on golf tournaments, this is where you come to get your bread buttered, okay? Because at the Players' Championship, we didn't even talk about the trends or past champions or anything. We just got straight into this. I didn't even realize that. But this is a great section.
Okay, well, now you can talk
about players' bread has often been buttered here. It has. It's been spread around, smacked around right in this very range. It's a delightful, delicious range. There are a number of players in here that I like. We will talk through a lot of them as the week progresses. By the way, I'm just forgetting everything. By the way, we will be heading to Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida tomorrow morning, on Tuesday morning, to be be at the course. We're media credentialed. We've done this for the last few years at TPC Sawgrass. We're gonna be walking with our players, our caddy friends, our coaching friends. We're gonna learn about the golf course, check it out for ourselves, see it for ourselves, get a little intel. We will pass all of that intel straight into the Nut Hut Discord. If you're not a member of the Discord, you need to sign up. Link is in the description of the video and the podcast. Which I mean, damn. I mean, every week we're winning somebody something because a lot of people hit Kurt Kitayama last week. Our boy Marcus Griffin, the LPGA aficionado, has his official picks in the Discord and the Discord only. He hit a 20-1 winner that was a 2-unit banger for 40 units. Boom! On the chicks. JY Kim. I think it's JY Kim, yeah. She won. The prize picks have been slaying it. Joe Idoni, our boy Joe, the only place you can find Joe's head-to-head matchups is in the Nut Hut Discord. He is 29-14 in head-to-head matchups so far in 2023. That's insane. Okay, Pat's betting card is up units. My betting card is up units. Get in the Nut Hut and make it happen. But all of our intel from on-site at Sawgrass will come through the Nut Hut. We will not be present for the Wednesday night live chat. We will be in Sawgrass, making connections, shaking hands, kissing caddy babies. Okay, but Chalk Bomb Ben, super smart. Doesn't look smart or sound real smart, but he's really smart. He is going to be taking over the Nut Hut chat for us.
He doesn't look smart or sound smart.
No. Do you disagree?
I mean, I didn't think about it that way.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
But anyway, he'll be taking over, and he is smart. I'm saying he's really smart. So we're putting you in good hands with Chalk Bomb Ben. He's very smart, very intelligent. Part of the TJ team. Okay. So many kitty slips. So many
people had them.
So many kitty slips in the winning. So we have the winning channel in the Discord, and just kitty slip after kitty slip after kitty slip. Kurt Kitayama, 200-1, 251, 180-1. Thank you guys. Thank you. So many. It was just so good to see. Okay, this range, like I said, bread buttered here. Now, a player that we talked a lot about in DFS. We talked about possibly fading him. We kind of disagreed, but regardless, we've already bet him. We did the first look show yesterday for the Nut Hut Discord subscribers. He was mentioned. He was longer then than he is now, but now at 50-1, Keegan Bradley, I think you have to.
Yeah, I feel like you have to
gotta bet him.
Yeah, as much as you may not want to sweat him for DFS, maybe you want to avoid a little bit of ownership there. 50-1 Keegan seems so good, and he's just got such a good record here. So I do like Keegan at 50-1. I'm with you there.
I'm also going 50-1 Shane Lowry.
Oh, well, damn it.
Oh, well, we can agree. It's good. Shane Lowry's playing well. Good record here the last couple of years. I'm in on Shane Lowry. I think that's way too long of a number for an Open champion, a multiple winner on tour. Like, too good.
Okay, well, so you took one of mine, which is fine. Now, this one is another one. This is going to blow your mind again, DB.
Okay.
Because you probably thought I didn't like him on the DFS show. Because I was a little bit worried about the fact that he's
all smoke and mirrors with you, Perry.
He's played 5 golf tournaments in a row. I'm a little worried about where the ownership's going to be. But Sung J M at 40-1
okay, that is good.
A really good number for Sung J M.
It's a good number.
I mean, this is a guy that is a winner on tour. This is a good course fit for him. 40-1, I like. Okay?
I agree.
You don't have to worry about ownership. I don't care about ownership.
Look at this. Look.
Okay, good.
Sung J right there is 41. Right. Have you ever seen this trick? Watch. You ever seen that?
No, that's
your
good.
Kids will really like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take it up a notch, Pat. Let's look at the next range up.
Okay. All right.
Up to 130-1. Any bombs? Okay, we're talking about bombs now. Before we talk about the bombs, I do have to drop this bomb. We are. When you're betting, you have to. There's a couple things that have to happen. You have to track your bets. Okay, you have to track your bets. If you're not tracking your bets, that's bad. Also, when you're betting and you find people that you want to tail, that you want to follow, maybe it's us, maybe it's somebody else. Do you ever wonder to yourself, are they actually making those bets? Well, now there's a way to not only track your own bets, not only see if the people that you're tailing are actually winning money and betting their own props and bets and all that good stuff. You can also have you ever wondered, like, wow, I wonder how many people are betting on this NBA game tonight? Mm-hmm. And what are they all betting on? Where's the handle going? Where's the bet percentage going? What's the most popular player prop for this NBA game or this Major League Baseball game? If you've ever wondered that and you've wanted to know, well, guess what? You can know in a free app And guess what? It's actually better than free. Now, Pat, what would you ask yourself if I said something's better than free?
How could that be?
Exactly. How could it be better? That was not rehearsed. That's synergy right there. That's 8 years of doing this. Exactly. How could that be? Well, because they're actually going to pay you to download their app. And we're talking about our friends at Pickett. We are proud to announce a new partnership with Pickett, the bet tracking app and social bet app that you've just got to have, okay? And if this is how this is amazing. It's free to download, and you don't pay for anything once you get in the app. There's not like all these add-ons you have to pay for. So the link is in the description of the video and in the podcast, but here's what you got to do. Click the link and then type in the referral code when you're signing up. You have to type in TJ. If you do, you will win. You will win either $3, which I know is not whatever. I mean, it's $3, but you could $3. You could start from something. You could win either $3 or you could win $100. One or the other. And people are signing up for this app and winning $100 all the time. Could be you.
Wait, it's one or the other?
It's one or the other. $3 or $100, and they will Venmo or it's either Venmo or PayPal. They'll send it to you once you create your account, and then you link your sports books or DFS sites. So, like, for example, if you're in a state like Georgia, like we are, Prize Picks, Underdog, if you play any of those, those are all able to be linked, and you can see right there tracking your apps. We've got an account in there, Tour Junkies DB. You're looking at it right now on the screen. Here on the screen, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see my January and February. You can see the days I lost, the days I won, my ROI, how many units I'm up, all time, yesterday, this week, this month. And you get all this for yourself as well when you download the app. It's beautiful. If you want to see, like, hey, what is DB best at? Well, it's round robins. It shows you the bet types. It shows you the sports books I'm best at. All this stuff. Then you can look at different games. Here's an NBA game. You can see who are the most consistent winners. What are the most popular props? You can click into an individual game or a contest or PGA Tour event, all of it. And you can break down the best lines. You can do all your line shopping here. You can see the popular picks. You can see who your favorite bettors are on. You can see the handle and the bet percentage. It is an incredibly powerful app, and I'm telling you, if you're betting in any capacity or playing Prize Picks or any sort of props game, you've got to download the Pickett app. Use referral code TJ when you sign up. Get that cash. It's an amazing app. All right. Thank you to Pickett. Brand new partner I'm pumped about. They're awesome. All right, where are we at? Okay, up to 130 to 1. We're talking bombs. Pat, the first one we got to talk about, dude. I mean, is it insane? I mean, I had to like look at this again. On FanDuel, Hideki Matsuyama is 85 to 1.
That is a little insane. I will say that.
This guy, I mean, listen, Hideki, okay, in the last 24 rounds, he is 5th around the green, which is going to be key. If you look at strokes gained tee to green at Sawgrass over the last 5 years, he's 8th in the field at Sawgrass, strokes gained tee to green. That doesn't include 2020 when the world shut down.
Yeah.
And in round 1, he shot a 6 under when nobody else was doing that. Now, are there maybe some injury concerns? I think it was last year at this tournament when he withdrew at the last minute with his neck back situation going on. Maybe. Hopefully we can find out a little bit of information about that when we're at the course tomorrow and Wednesday. He did miss the cut at the Arnold Palmer, still gained strokes on approach, lost some off the tee. But, I mean, I think 85 to 1 for Hideki is just too good. I mean, like that, like the win equity for a guy like that, if he's on his game at an event where the purse is 25 mil, 85 to 1 is way too long.
It really is, especially for Hideki.
That's just a value bet. Like you
just go ahead and plug that one in.
Yeah.
And see what happens. All right, I got 2 for you here, DB. One is Tommy Fleetwood. Okay, Tommy Fleetwood is 85 to 1.
Okay,
you know
I like it.
He's been playing well. I mean,
no, wait a minute. Do I like it? Do I think Tommy Fleetwood can win?
I think he can win. Now, look, has he ever won in the States? I don't think he has. I don't think he has.
Not at golf.
But you know what? I think Fleetwood. This is a good event for him. He's had some great finishes lately. 2 top 10s in this event back in 2018 and 2019. Top 25 last year. I know you like to talk about the different years with whatever, but I still like Tommy Fleetwood. He's got to get the putter going. Last week, he actually hit the ball well, and then the putter lost 5 strokes putting. Okay. Tommy Fleetwood, 85 to 1. I like it. Hold your thought there.
Okay.
The next one's Chris Kirk. Chris Kirk is 80 to 1.
Wow.
Just saw Chris Kirk win on a difficult Florida golf course. A lot of trouble off the tee. Okay.
Yeah, but he beat Eric Cole. Like, is Chris Kirk going to beat Rory
I get it.
McIlroy and Scotty Scheffler and John Rahm?
I could see it happen. Yeah. I could see it
I mean,
happen.
Kitty did it last week.
He did.
Kitty,
did.
does the milk taste good?
So if Kitty can do it, if the milk tastes good to him,
Jeez.
then he can. Then so can Chris Kirk, and so can Tommy Fleetwood. 85 to 1 and 80 to 1. I like both those guys here under 130 to 1. So there you go.
Can I tell you that I don't know if I want to give this play. 100 to 1 on FanDuel. Is Adam Scott possible?
I mean, if Chris Kirk's possible, if Tommy Fleetwood's possible.
I mean,
yeah.
Players Champion, ball striker, 100 to 1. There are so many names in the triple digit range that you have question marks about, that like Chris Kirk, and he's on the better side of that, I would say, because he's at least a guy who's won recently. But there's a lot of names longer than 100 to 1 or at 100 to 1 that you would question. Can these guys even win a regular PGA Tour event? Much less.
Would you go an Adam Scott or a Justin Rose who just won at 130 to 1?
For some reason, and I don't know if it's like what I ate, but for some reason, I actually think I still go Adam Scott because of the players' affinity and the Pete Dye and the history and all that. I don't know. For some reason, I still kind of go Adam Scott. I mean, I don't know. I just think there's guys, if I'm looking in this range at guys who I feel confident, if they have their stuff, it's like Hideki. If Hideki has his best stuff or his good stuff, he is very capable of beating the best in the world. He's proven that.
Oh, yeah, he has.
But so is Adam Scott.
Okay.
So I don't know. 100 to 1, Adam Scott. I kind of like it. All right. Don't forget, we got the Masters merch contest. If you want free merch from the Pro Shop at Augusta, okay? Don't fast forward here. There are 3 ways to make that happen on the screen right now. If you're watching on YouTube, 3 ways. Me and Pat are going to be 3 people's personal shoppers here for the Masters, okay? And we're going to, if you win, we're going to draw before the tournament, and we're going to take your size down. We're going to take your wish list, and we're going to go shopping for you. We're going to buy it with our own money and then ship it to your door. And you have now merch from the hottest place in all of golf to get merchandise. Now, 3 winners, the $500 level. You're going to get $500 in merch approximately by doing this. Go to Apple Podcasts, leave a 5-star rating, and write a review. Write something nice, okay? Don't be a dick. And put in your email or your Twitter or Instagram handle so that we can find you when you win. If you don't do that, we can't find you, okay? If you're on Spotify, just leave the 5-star review. That's enough. There's going to be a $300 level winner. All you have to do for that, subscribe to us on YouTube. While you're at it, like this video and subscribe, okay? Just hit the subscribe button. There's going to be a $200 level winner. That one, all you have to do is subscribe to our weekly email list. You get the heavy petting email on Tuesdays, the chalk bomb email on Wednesdays, and they're both on the same list. They're great pieces of content, whether you're betting or playing DFS. And that is the link to subscribe to that is also in the description of the podcast or video. And that person is going to win $200 in merch. So 3 different people, 3 different ways to win. Do all 3, and you have a chance to win. You have a better chance to win one of those. So do that now before we make our decision in just a few weeks on who's going to be winning that random draw there. All right, bombs. Let's talk about bombs, and let's get to top 20s. You got any bombs?
I got one, Johnny.
You okay? You getting choked up? Does it make you emotional? Does it make you emotional just thinking about it?
This is one.
What would happen if this guy won, huh? We'd all be sad. Well, no, we'd be happy, but
we'd be happy. Johnny Vegas.
Happy tears. Oh, Johnny
Vegas.
Yeah. I can
220 to 1. I absolutely love him this week.
220 to 1.
Yes.
That's a multiple PGA Tour winner.
Yeah. Wins. Has a good history here. Has played well recently. Several top 25s recently.
Has a stripper name.
Yeah. Johnny V. 220 to 1. I like him.
I like it also. Yes. Okay. Can I just is this a safe place?
This whole area, except for that area over there, is a safe place. So
Okay.
right here is fine.
Because I don't know. Okay, this is wild. This pick is wild. But I will say this: when I saw his name at 180 to 1 in his backyard of Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Quit looking at my sheet.
Okay,
In his backyard.
I don't know. This may morph into a not safe
his
place.
home state of Florida. Okay, this guy has not only won multiple PGA Tour events. Pretty sure he won the FedEx Cup.
Okay, this is not a safe place.
At one point.
Have you seen what's over yonder?
He is 180 to 1.
Not a safe place at all.
Billy Horschel is a safe place.
Get out of here. Get out.
Billy.
He is not to be mentioned in this bonus room that you are in right now that's got Bulldog paraphernalia all around.
Is he in bad form? 100% he is. Okay, I'll give you that. Okay. Is he incredible on Bermuda? Yes. Is he good in average to difficult scoring conditions? Yes. Is he good in moderate to windy conditions? Yes. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Let's look at his player's record. Oh, well, I can't type because I am... Okay, in his Players' Championship record, he's played here 8 times that I count. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 8 times. Only missed 2 cuts. Got a T13. Bunch of top 30s. Decent finishes here. Okay, but this guy has won on the PGA Tour for like freaking 5 times, including the Tour Championship and the Memorial at Jack's Place. This is big. The BMW. Like 180 to 1 is too long for Billy Ho. I think you just sprinkle. And then forget about it. Just forget about it.
All right. Well, whatever. I don't like him being mentioned up here. Okay. Anyone else? Any bombs?
No, we probably need to move on. I have other bombs, but we probably need let's move on. Let's talk about... You got anybody else? You done?
No, I'm done.
The Lisa Ann segment coming up. Before we get to that, top 20 6-pack. Are you ready? We're going to give you 2 lock top 20s, 1 bomb at 4 to 1 or longer. Last week, yet again, another solid week. We hit Tyrrell Hatton at plus 150 and Max Homa at plus 105. Pretty good. Those were a couple locks, and both hit. Both did quite well. So good on us. I'll start. Well, no, you start. You start.
All right.
Give me 1 lock.
First lock. All right. I'm going to go back to the well, DB, because he helped me hit last week, and that's Tyrrell Hatton. He is plus 160 top 20 like.
Tyrrell Hatton.
Tyrrell Hatton.
I mean, what Tyrrell Hatton, like, I just T13 here last year. Missed cuts.
That's in the top 20.
In 2021 and 2019.
That's in the top 20.
When this course played more like it's going to play this year, because 2022 you could just throw out the window because the weather was crazy.
Still the same course.
I think Tyrrell Hatton probably gets real pissy this week. I mean, he was cussing up a storm
and still playing well
at Bay Hill. I know, but it's just
still playing.
I just don't know if he
plus 160.
Okay.
Ride the wave.
Well, I'm going to keep riding this wave, and that wave is named Jason Day.
Okay? All right, I had him written down too. I gave him to you. I was cheating.
Well, that's why I let you go first. I figured you had him plus 130, top 20, Jason Day, the Aussie. Just hop on it, mate, and just ride it. Just ride the wave right on there to the top 20, mate. Coo-coo-ca-choo, you know what I mean?
Oh, my goodness. Okay. All right. That was good, actually. Where'd you come up with the cuckoo-ca-choo thing?
That's the Australian turtle in Finding Nemo.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
Yes.
What was his name?
Now I do. Okay.
What was his name? What was his name? That's going to kill me. That's not going to kill me.
I don't know what it is, but let me talk about my next top 20. Love this guy. Shane Lowry is plus 210. Plus 210. On Shane Lowry to finish in the top 20. I like it a lot this week. He's been playing well.
Crush!
How did you not get that?
God, crush.
Anyway.
You said Shane Lowry?
Plus 210.
Damn. Okay. I like that. My second lock is Keegan Bradley. We've already talked about. He's 2 to 1. That's a good number for a lock. I mean, we've been giving you plus 1 something numbers. I mean, all these are plus money numbers. So, I mean, odds are it's not going to hit. But We've been hot so far. So Keegan at 2-1 is my guy. Who's your bomb?
All right. Well,
So far, total agreement.
I've got two really,
Except
but
for Hatton.
I guess I got to go with one, and I'm going to go with our boy Joe Idoni. He was on our Better Sports Network show today. Shout out Better Sports Network and Lisa Ann, who's a co-host out there on Better Sports Network. Will be coming up here in a second. But Joe Idoni mentioned Adam Svensson as an outright bomb at 300 to 1.
I don't like this.
I like him as a top 20 at 4.5 to 1. It's a shorter golf course. He tends to play well on those. He's been playing well lately. Has a few top 25s lately. Top 10 at the Genesis. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Adam Svensson.
All right. I don't love that one. So I got to be honest there. I'm going to give you a bomb who is a world-class player from New Zealand, going to be great in the wind, ball striker, bomber. Just finished T14 at the Arnold Palmer Invitational where he had no business because everybody's like, oh, you have to have played Bay Hill and you got to know Arnie's place. Well, he said, bump that and finish T14. Ryan Fox is at plus 550 on DraftKings Sportsbook. And I like that a lot. Like I said, he's going to check a lot of boxes. Now, first lap around TPC Sawgrass, a little bit concerning. That's why you're getting the plus 550 number. But this guy's a world-class player, multiple winner on the DP World Tour, multiple major player contender.
This would make me a little nervous. This one would make me a little nervous.
He's plus 550. Yeah. I feel better about Ryan Fox than I do Adam Svensson. I'll be honest.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Adam Svensson, who we've seen play very consistently lately.
Yeah.
Top 20s lately.
Yeah, I just feel like the upside in this event with a stacked field is better for Ryan Fox with the upside.
Okay.
We would spin the wheel, but you keep losing that. By the way, Pat's got to pay off a punishment this week.
Yeah.
The wheel punishment that he spun last time, this week, all week, he's got to leave. He's got to write a love note on Twitter to Matt Wallace. So that's going to be
do
happening.
That laying in bed tonight.
Be sure and follow our Twitter account and retweet and share all of Pat's undying love confessions for Matt Wallace starting tonight all through the week because he really does love Matt Wallace. I know you do. I know deep down in there somewhere in there you love Matt Wallace. Don't forget, before we get to Lisa Ann, we have another announcement, final announcement, and that is a listener event is coming, okay? You guys have been wanting to play more golf with us, and you've been wanting to do the listener event thing, and we had the Golby's Cup, and it was amazing. I get it. But, now I'm excited to announce that we have a new listener event coming April 21st through the 24th in lovely St. Simon's Island, Georgia, right there near Sea Island, Georgia. It's a beautiful place. The King and Prince Resort is going to be awesome. They're hosting us April 21st through the 23rd. It includes a 2-night stay, 2 rounds of golf. Okay, that's what it includes. You're going to pay for your food and drinks on your own, but it's going to be 2 rounds of golf with us. Couple nights around the campfire, have a great dinner, have some drinks, enjoy it. So it's going to be more of an intimate setting than Golby's Cup was, only maxing it out at 20 people. So the first 20 people get in, and that's it. April 21st through the 23rd at the King and Prince in Sea Island. If you're interested, email info@tourjunkies.com and just let us know you're interested. It doesn't commit you to anything. We're still working out the payment portal for this. So just email info@tourjunkies.com. Let us know. And we'll get you hooked up. So you have a couple of options for room and board. One is a hotel right down the street. It's a home 2 suites. It's nice. You save a little money on double occupancy. And the other option is the King and Prince Resort itself. Again, 2 nights. You get single occupancy or double occupancy. Those, like I said, you're going to save room if you bring a buddy and pay. But everything starts at like $6.99 per person for double occupancy at the home 2. And goes up to around $11.99 per person, single occupancy at the King and Prince. So it's in between there. And these rates are better than what is advertised in the packages and the package rates on the King and Prince website. So they're giving us a little bit of a hookup, and we would appreciate it if you guys do want to play, if you want to hang out. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to try to do some more of these in the fall and possibly different areas, but the King and Prince was a good one to start. April 21st to the 23rd. Email info@tourjunkies.com to get it started. Now, for the Lisa Ann segment, we're going to end it with this, okay? We present 2 players. We do not name those players, okay? We present our case. Judge Lisa Ann determines who she thinks should be wagered on, and she does a fantastic job. Yes. So thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the segment with Lisa Ann. We're going to be at TPC Sawgrass. Catch the Nut Hut chat. We'll pass along all info into the Nut Hut Discord. check the description of the video in the podcast for any links that we discussed tonight. And enjoy Judge Lisa Ann. All right, bend over your bookie. See you. Out.
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Scheindlin. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final. This is Judge Judy.
Judge Lisa Ann here. Very important Players Championship coming up, and we want to bet on a long shot. Now, how are we going to do this? We need a convincing argument from both DB and Pat to sell us. For the two of you, I want you to keep this fair. I will bring you in after you make your points on your players because we're getting one. We've got to hit it home. There'll be a closing argument as well. Anybody gets out of hand, I'm ready right here. So, DB, I assume that you would like to go first with your argument here for your player.
First of all, thank you so much, Judge Lisa Ann. We appreciate you taking the time to do this and settling this dispute. You look lovely, as always, by the way. You are just a glorious judge here on this level.
Are you buttering up the judge right now? Are you trying to butter Pat?
Objection.
We won't have this.
Objection. I already have an objection. Okay, we know. I don't know what this is all about. Nobody said we could do any buttering up of anything.
Listen,
okay?
the heart speaks what the heart speaks. I can't. Okay. Let me move on. Because we do have a bet to make here, Judge LA. Can I call you? May I call you Judge LA?
Yeah.
Okay.
LA is easy.
Judge LA, we do have a bet to make. And part of the Tour Junkies brand is we don't want to bet, short numbers and favorites and all that stuff. This is golf. It's weird. It gets out of hand. Weird people win golf tournaments all the time. Now, I have a guy who I think is a very, very good candidate to win this golf tournament, but here's what's wild. As of now, he is 100 to 1 to win this golf tournament on BetMGM. Now, you may say, David, there's no way 100 to 1 guy is going to win this tournament. And I'm going to make a compelling case for why I think it could happen. But he's like almost double the odds at BetMGM. He's 65 to 1 on DraftKings Sportsbook, FanDuel, PointsBet. He's even shorter than that. So we're getting a tremendous value. I think BetMGM we've kind of caught sleeping. So first of all, 100 to 1 on the money that a listener could win, that we could win. And let me talk to you about his Players Championship record. Okay, he's played here 4 times. He's only missed the cut 1 time. His best finish was in 2022. He finished 13th. I actually got to walk a practice round with this guy back in 2022. I saw it firsthand inside the ropes, talked to him a little bit, watched him play the back 9 at the stadium course there at TPC. Got to see the flusher up close and personal. In those 4 attempts at the Players Championship, he's gained almost 11 strokes off the tee. The Pete Dye design at the stadium course is tricky. Me and Pat have both played it. I would say we didn't play it very well, but we both played it. And off the tee, it's extremely intimidating. Pete Dye makes you think off the tee. And my guy has had no problems doing so, okay? Also, positive strokes gained putting in 3 of the 4 attempts at TPC Sawgrass, which is going to be key as we start learning a little bit more about my player. Now, here's what else I like. He loves Florida, okay? These Florida courses are all kind of the same. You can't sit there and go like, oh, well, look at how he's played in Detroit or, the West Coast swing. It's different. Florida, it's a little more flat. You got the Florida winds. You got the grainy Bermuda grass that you got to chip off of and putt on. My guy loves him some Florida, okay? His only PGA Tour victory, because he's a younger guy, his only PGA Tour victory came in Florida at the Honda Classic. You know what it was? It was a tough golf course. Windy, tough conditions. By the way, I hit him that year at 150 to 1 when he won that golf tournament. Other performances in Florida, the Valspar. He's 2 for 2 at the Valspar. Tough golf course. Copperhead, Innisbrook. Really tough. 2 for 2 made cuts with an 11th place finish. Arnold Palmer, that's a tough course. We just saw that. He finished 5th and 6th at the Arnold Palmer, has never missed a cut at the API. All in all, in Florida, he's 11 for 14 in made cuts with a win, a 5th, a 6th, an 11th, and a 13th place finish. Judge LA, that's 35% of the time he plays in Florida, he finishes in the top 20. Okay, now I know we're not talking about top 20s, we're talking about outrights, okay? But that's a pretty solid record for a guy that also may have played at the University of Georgia, loves himself some Southeastern golf. And well, you know that University of Georgia puts out winners every damn year. Okay. Now let me just talk to you a little bit more about my player, and then I'll concede some of my time here. The irons, got to have good iron. I talked about him off the tee already. He's a stud. He's one of the best players off the tee in the field. The irons are clicking nicely, trending nicely. I believe he's changed coaches, and we've seen already some early success with that new coach, because the irons, I will admit, long-term over his career have been a little sus, as the kids, I don't know if they still say that now, but a little sus. But the trend in 2023 so far has been very, very nice. He's underrated around the green. Very good scrambler, can get up and down out of sticky situations. So when he misses the green, he can grind it out, save par, things like that. His best putting surface, well, duh. He's a Southern boy. His best putting surface is obviously Bermuda, which we have this week at TPC Sawgrass. If you look at his strokes gain data over his whole career, this is crazy. He is 3 times better, according to Fantasy National, in tough scoring conditions, difficult golf courses, than he is in those like easy birdie fests where the winner's like 22, 25 under. And TPC Sawgrass is a demanding course. The Players is a demanding tournament. He plays well in the wind, checks the box there. So if it gets breezy in Florida, he can hit it in the wind, no problem. He's a bomber. And guess what else? He loves him some Pete Dye. Pete Dye, the designer of the stadium course, loves Pete Dye. On all of the PGA Tour, he's 13th in the field in strokes gained off the tee all time on Pete Dye designs. And TPC, he's just continued to crush. Listen, he's a member of what we like to call the Sea Island Mafia, okay? Sea Island, Georgia, down there in the Golden Isles. There's a hell of a lot of good golfers in Sea Island, Judge LA. And this guy is one of the best, competes with them all the time, and I think would make a very solid champion at TPC Sawgrass for the Players Championship. Thank you, Your Honor, Judge LA. Thank you.
I have one question before we move over to
Yes,
Pat, so Pat can make his case as well. Have you been checking the weather for this upcoming tournament for your player?
I've checked it a couple of times, Judge LA, but I'm not getting super, bogged down with it just yet. As we know, the Florida weather,
Okay.
as you know, can change. The Florida weather can get
Yes.
weird. So I haven't checked it yet, but I assure you that there's always a little breeze around the stadium course.
Okay. Well, Pat, I would like to hear your argument for your player.
Well, thank you, Judge Lisa Ann, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak about who the winner is going to be actually for the Players Championship. Now,
Objection. That's like some that you're
You
like
don't have a chance to talk right now. I object. You
can't
don't
make an
object.
objection.
I object.
yeah, CDB.
This is Pat's opportunity. Pat did not interrupt you.
You're assuming that he already won. You're assuming he already won. You can't assume.
This is called confidence, DB. Okay, it's called confidence.
Okay.
Now let me talk. I know you like to talk a lot. Okay, a lot of smoke and mirrors and all those kind of things that you're putting in front of Judge Lisa Ann right now. But let me talk about a few facts about my player. Okay, first off, he's 50-1. Okay, that's the best odds that you're going to get on him, Judge Lisa Ann. All right. Now look, this is a big event, the Players, right? Okay, this isn't some small little event. Okay, we got the best field in golf the week of the Players. All right. It's kind of hard for a 100-1 guy to win. All right. We need a guy that's 50-1. Okay. A guy who's played all over the world. I don't care about Florida. I love Florida. Big fan of Florida. It's just south of me. Okay. Warm weather. They do some good things down there. All right. But this guy can play all over the world in any kind of condition. It doesn't matter. You just mentioned the weather. He's good in all kinds of weather. All right, Judge? But listen to this, okay? Let's talk about two of my favorite things that I love when I'm looking at whether a golfer can win an event. Course history and recent form, okay? Those are the two biggest things I like to look at. And here's where his recent form is, all right? He's had 4 straight finishes inside the top 20. This guy's hot, okay? This guy's hot. 3 of those finishes are inside the top 10, okay? And these are in big events, all right? They're not just your small events on the PGA Tour. So he's close. He's close to winning, all right? He's got good course history here as well. He had 2 top 10 finishes back-to-back in 2018 and 2019. Now, I will also tell you,
this guy has won this golf tournament before. Okay. So he's got that under his belt. I'm not going to tell you what year, but he has won this golf tournament before. Okay. Now let's get into a few stats. All right. I know people like to hear the stats. This guy's one of the best scramblers in the field. DB talked about how this course, it tests all facets of your game. Okay. It tests you off the tee, tests you around the green, it tests you on the greens, it tests your approach. This guy does it all well. He's one of the best scramblers in the world. He is number one in this field in putting over his last 24 rounds. Okay. What do they say, Judge? What do they say? Drive for show, putt for dough, right? Okay. That's what this guy is going to be doing at the Players Championship. Now, what else? You got to be a great ball striker. Got to hit fairways. Got to hit greens. He is number 10. Actually, he's ninth in this field. Sorry, not number 10. He's ninth in ball striking over his last 24 rounds as well. That is huge. Another thing you got to do well. Actually, you just got to not make a lot of mistakes in these big events, okay? You can't make a lot of bogeys. He is second in this field in bogey avoidance, okay? So that's a big thing as well. Another stat. I'm just full of stats, which is not really like me, but I love this guy so much that I got to put out some more stats. Par 5 scoring is something we want to look at the Players Championship, okay? It's a par 72. You got 4 par 5s that you can score on. 16, that is going to be a pivotal hole right before they get to the island green at 17. But 16 is a par 5 that they can hit into. They can make an eagle on if they really need it at that time. And I love par 5 scoring. He checks the box there as well. He's top 50 in the field, okay? And he's pretty accurate off the tee as well, okay? So hits a lot of fairways, hits a lot of greens. All right. Now, he's had 37 rounds on this Pete Dye design. 37 rounds, okay? And out of those 37 rounds, he has gained over 1.5 strokes on this course for the entirety of his career playing this golf course. So, Judge, all of that adds up to our winner at 50-1. So there you go.
I would like to cross-examine here a bit. Now, DB did come in mentioning to us the books. We had BetMGM 100-1. Pat, you did not give us that data. Also, we have the double the odds on DraftKings and FanDuel. Can you elaborate on what books you're looking at this number? Because I want to make sure that we have accurate numbers here across the board.
Sure. Okay, so 50-1 is actually on BetMGM. Now, I have seen them shorter at 40-1. So I would say the value is probably a little, I'll give DB that, a little greater on his end when you look at the differential in the books. But yes, 50-1 on BetMGM, 40-1 on other books. But I don't even need to mention other books. You might as well just get it at 50-1. So there you go.
Just keeping this a fair, fair case here.
Yes.
And then the last question I have for DB is, we have a new coach in this situation. It's like forming a new relationship. And I understand that is not necessarily the case for Pat's player, AKA the winner of this tournament, as Pat has, displayed this to us.
Right.
Do you worry at all about the time that it takes to go through all of the courses through the season for the PGA Tour with the new coach? Is this the first time at this Players Championship with his new coach?
Well, very astute question by you, Judge LA. And I'm sure one that the listeners and viewers would be possibly asking themselves. But I think what I would say is that it's not a concern. In fact, a lot of times for a golfer, it can be exactly what they need to kind of get them out of a rut or maybe change something or give them some confidence that they didn't have before if something wasn't working. Exhibit A would be Ricky Fowler. We've seen Ricky Fowler do this recently by changing coaches and going to Butch Harmon. All of a sudden, he's like a newborn baby. He's like great at golf again, right? So my player is not Ricky Fowler, but we've seen that happen with him. And as I mentioned, my player's irons have been improving and trending, which I think has been the reason why that in his recent play, he's finished 5th at the Genesis, which is an elevated event, Tiger's event in LA, on a golf course that he, POA putting surfaces that he hates and all that. So he finished 5th there, finished 4th at Pebble Beach. Irons are clicking for my guy. So I think the coaching change has actually really helped him.
Well, I think that we need to determine who's going to win this tournament. And will it be player A, which is exhibited by DB, or player B, which is exhibited by Pat? It is time for you to tell me who the players are that you are touting.
Judge Lisa Ann, if I may, do you mind if I kind of rebuttal a couple of points that my colleague over here, Pat, made about his player?
You can, but his player in 37 rounds has gained 1.5 strokes. You've got all of these finals, the putting,
Yeah.
all of these things. I mean, you brought up some great points, no doubt. The weather, the wind is fantastic. The winnings between 2022 13th over there, but Pat's player has already won here, and
Oh yeah.
won't give the year because, of course, that would give away who this said player is. But there's something about that. We saw the Kansas City Chiefs just do that again in the Super Bowl. You know what it tastes like. You know what it smells like. You know what it feels like to already win that tourney. Similar could be happening. Just saying. So you can rebuttal.
Well, I mean, I will say this. I won't give away the year, but when this player of Pat's won, the Zika virus was a thing. Okay, it was quite some time ago. And my player has won before on the PGA Tour on a hard golf course, and also Pat mentioned that his player was ranking highly in bogey avoidance. Well, I did just in the meantime take a look at the weather. And I will say this, Judge Lisa, and the temps in the morning are going to be in the low 50s. Now, historically, this player of Pat's has had an issue with a couple of things, parts of his body, and he may be ranking highly in bogey avoidance, but he doesn't rank highly in sniffles avoidance. Okay, he's been known to withdraw. He's been known to bail out of the tournament because he has a cold, or he's I don't know, he's got influenza, or possibly even Zika could make a comeback. But this player is a little unreliable, and when we're placing hard-earned dollars on said player,
Objection! This is
I do
all
think
hearsay.
that
This is
could be-
hearsay.
That's not hearsay. Also, he missed the cut here last year, by the way. My player did not miss the cut here last year. And, his player's older and he's got kids at home, right? Like 2 kids. My player's younger. He just newly married. He's kind of swaggy right now. No kids to worry about. So he's not worried about running around and making sure the family has a good time while I try to win this big tournament.
Sure, that's a distraction. Yeah.
It's a distraction. My guy doesn't have that. He's just he's ready to make a statement victory here at TPC Sawgrass. So that's what I would say. We don't want the guy who won when Zika was a thing. Okay, that's just what we don't want.
Okay. Well, Judge, I would like to at least give a little bit of a final closing argument here to kind of rebuttal a little bit
Feel
of what
free.
DP says. But here's the thing. Okay, he is a little bit older, as am I, and I'll get into that. By the way,
As am I.
I have one thing to say to add on that in just a minute. But first off, one of the things that DB we talk about a lot, and I know DB is a big fan of, it's called strokes gained home life. Okay, you got to have a good home life going if you want to win and play well. And this guy has a great home life going. All right, he's got a great family. He's been through the injuries, like DB said, but he's coming around. He's come around to the other side of those injuries, and that's why I've seen him play well with his recent form. Okay, so that's the thing. He's got that strokes gained home life going. And then, if I may, can I approach the bench, please? Can I approach the bench?
Yes, you may approach the bench.
It's also my birthday today.
Objection! That is bull. You cannot use your birthday on this.
I am going to have to make this executive decision, but before I do, I would like to say, Pat, happy birthday. How old did you turn today?
46.
46. This is bullshit.
46 years old. So you
Yes.
have 4 more years to plan the most fabulous 50th birthday.
Absolutely.
Do not waste any time. I took about 3 months off. Mine turned 50 last year. I traveled around. I saw all of my friends. It was a fantastic time.
There's
I watched a lot of golf.
No way you're 50. No way you're 50.
1972 was the great year. It was also when the Dallas Cowboys were still kind of really good. We had one more run in the 90s. Hasn't happened since. So the birthday really has no relevance here, so on this case.
So I apologize.
I
Judge.
am going to make a decision. And then to follow through with this, what I'm going to do, since you both had such a compelling argument, something I normally don't do is bet on golf. I don't want to take away my love for the sport, the passion that I'm just watching it for fun. I'm going to bet on both of these players, because then I have something invested, and I can come back to you with the notes that I took down to here and told you what did or didn't matter. Maybe the home life didn't matter. Maybe the wind didn't matter. Maybe the sniffly nose didn't matter. Maybe these things don't matter, but it seems so unrealistic for us ever to believe in 100-1 odds, right? Now, I do understand when you say DK is down to 65, definitely think that BetMGM is sleeping on this, right? Could
Yes.
be adjusted to the next, what have you. But that is a scary number, but it's also a great number for somebody who wants to take that chance. It's hard for me to make this decision. But Pat, I'm going to lean on you and your player. And don't worry, I'm putting my money on both because I want to reach out to both of you and tell you if I was wrong or not. But Pat, can you let me know who your player is?
Well, thank you, Judge. I'm so relieved, and I feel really good about this. And I think you can feel really good about this bet on Jason Day. Jason Day is my player.
Jason Day is like 100. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, now that I know the name, I mean, the stats you gave me were so compelling.
Yeah.
You were so compelling.
He's
And now I'm
not
like,
that old.
Jason Day?
Can I file an
not that-
appeal? Can I file an appeal?
Just
There's
look
a
at the
potential appeal to be.
just look at the form.
But you're feeling okay. So DB, I have to ask, who is your player?
My player is Georgia boy, Sea Island Mafia member, visor wearing son of a gun, Keith Mitchell is my guy.
Ooh,
Killer
ooh.
Keith. Yeah, who's also been pretty hot right now lately. I got to say, he's been
Hot.
Yes.
There's no doubt about it. When you were giving me those stats, I was making a list of who I thought it could be for
Mhm.
both of you. But you know, these are both really compelling arguments and great stats and the information that everybody needs when they think about who do I want to take this chance on. This is one player is going to win this tourney. TPC is a great course. I visited it back in the day. I was married. My husband golfed, and we went all the time. We lived in Florida, so I know the course well. I wish you both a ton of luck, and your listeners who take the chance on who they believe in more. Whose flowered shirt argument in this court case, by the way, not the most professional way to show up to court. You
True.
guys
Yeah.
decide to throw me off with some twins-like thing going on, but I appreciate it because
True.
it really made it seem more casual when this is a real case and we're putting real money on this tournament.
Yes. Next time we will be dressed more appropriately, Judge LA. But we cannot thank you enough for taking your time to be here and you know stepping in the golf world a little bit. I do want to promote your stuff as if people probably already know, but at The Real Lisa Ann on Twitter and Instagram, author and host of the Better Sports Live Show with Rick Kamla from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays on the Better Sports Network, which we both share shows there. And it's got a lot of good stuff going. People need to make sure and check it out. Anything else? You got the Lisa Ann Experience, the podcast. What else?
My podcast, some books, you can see it all on my timelines. What's important here is this: my absolute love for golf, the passion for the sport. It is the one sport, like I can watch football and be quiet all day, but I can stand up when a putt is happening and I look at my TV and I don't breathe and I will just lose my mind because it just makes that way over. I mean, it's a talented sport. I look forward to playing to it one day when I'm older. I don't have the time right now. I have a virtual room at my building, so I want to start taking some
Ooh, that's cool.
lessons.
Yeah.
I do love to go to the range. I mean, just whacking balls is like a ton of
Yeah.
fun, but it's a skilled sport that you want to get rhythm at. I just want to hit the ball straight. I don't want to end up having to go into any weird water with alligators to get my ball out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you're gonna love sweating. I mean, if you already love watching golf, you're gonna love watching it when you've got some cash on the line with J Day and Keith Mitchell. So, and you know, even though you didn't pick me, I hope that one of them hits so that we can all be happy and the listener can win too.
I'm playing both of them, so
Yeah.
one of you is going to have me reaching out after this tournament.
All right. Thank you. We appreciate it. You're amazing.